What's up, champions? Today we're in Matt Chatter's XL's account, pulling all of his sacred shards. Before we start, I need to go into his Demon Lord rewards and claim his chests and see if we hit... Okay, we couldn't hit a sacred shard here, and we couldn't hit a sacred shard here either. It's fine. It's fine. We have another chest to open. Okay, too bad for this one, and too bad for this one. It's okay. It's okay. Everything's fine. We still have 10 to work with. Actually, there is a way to add one. Today, you can pick up the 16th anniversary gift and you can start the chain. As you can see here, on day 1, you're gonna get a secret shard. So, we're gonna snatch one from here right away. We're gonna start this 16th anniversary thread for our clan member, Matt Chatters. You're welcome, man. Just keep track of it. I will not touch anything else. I have to move my camera, so give me a second. So we can keep track of the shards. Here I am. We are ready. We're participating in a champion chase. 500 points per legendary champion. Let's see if we can hit anything today. Don't forget to click on my link in the description to get a free legendary Norma, as well as Anax, Ugo, and Mausoleum Mage as you level up your account. Here is how to do it. Log out of Plarium Play on PC and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Launch raid and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champ. This will give you a huge advantage in raid, so go click on my link right now and let's crush this together. And we start. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see what you got for us. Okay, what? Yelagurna. That is a perfectly brand new champion for me. I have never seen anyone talk about her. Double slasher, increased attack, strong increased attack on herself if she kills an enemy. AoE on her A2 with a 100% chance when you book her out of placing a strong decreased attack debuff for 2 turns on all enemies is great, actually. That's a good skill. That's a good skill. Attacks one enemy, 75% chance of placing a block buffs and a block active skills in the same skill. This is quite nice for faction wars. This is quite good. It would have been amazing if it was on an AoE, right? It would have been too good, maybe. Here it is. This attack always crits, just adds that extra juice. This is a hard hitter, probably, right? Whoever has her, let me know. On her passive, she revives one random ally with 50% HP every time this champion kills an enemy. Her kit reads really well. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of like the sound of her. Again, Raid is known for having champions that sound really good on paper, but don't really perform that well, and vice versa. Their skills read like, not much, but when you actually get them and play around with them, you're shocked. Now I know that we have a 10x on Uzol of the Jade, who's not a bad champion, might I add. But we don't have any specific instructions on what Matt Chatters wants us to hit, so we hope to hit just about anything, and we know a little bit of backstory that Matt Chatters has the tendency to pull a lot of dupes. Today we're hoping to break away from this pattern. And I mean, to be fair, it's hard to not hit a dupe. I see what you mean, though. You have some good champions here on the roster. You have Armons, you have Thor, you've got Belts, Eostrid, my favorite. Grand Oak, you already got your Mithril up, you've got your Lady Mikage, the Calamitous, you already gotten your Lydia, you've got Dracomorph. You've got some solid ones here, man, so I really hope that we can hit you something different today. Okay, let's keep going. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, we get an epic. Okay, we get a Maeve. Single hitter, a big chance of placing sleep. Has a 50% chance of granting an extra turn if the sleep is placed. Attacks one enemy, places a stun for 1 turn, places a stun for 2 turns if the target sleeps. And stay down! Attacks one enemy. Enemies killed by this skill cannot be revived. Block revive, stun, sleep on a single target. You could absolutely take that chick up to Ice Golem if you wanted to. And just have her kill the little minions for you. First she's gonna crowd control them and then she's gonna block revive. Make your runs a little bit faster. Upgrade from Armiger type thing. Except she doesn't really decrease the turn meter, so that's something. But at least she stuns them. No legendary yet on the horizon though, and we have 7 more to go, baby. Hit it! Hit it! Oh! I knew it! Oh! Who is this Altan? I don't remember if Altan is any good though. I'll have to check. Just give me a second.
1 hour later.
Oh, this is exciting! No, this is exciting! Scratch it! And I will explain why. This is awesome. This is a pull. I really hope you don't have an Altan, man. And we're gonna check in a second But let's go over his kit very quickly. Defense champ, really hard hitting. Listen to this. Attacks one enemy, 60% chance of placing a strong decrease attack when you book it out. That is a 75% chance for 2 turns. A2 places an increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns after attacking one enemy. When ascended, he's also going to place a shield on all allies for 2 turns equal to 20% of their max HP if this attack kills an enemy. Fret not, because this attack's multiplier is actually 5.6 times his defense. A big number. On his passive, he revives a random ally with 30% HP every time this champion kills an enemy. Resets the cooldowns of this champion's skills if this champion kills an enemy and all allies are alive. Alton the Boom, they call him. Oh man, this is amazing! I'm so stoked! This is an amazing champion to use when you're building a clan boss team that is not relying on an unkillable strategy. This guy is also great in Frost Spider and Ice Golem, and he does hit pretty hard. Let's see if Alton is a dupe. I really need to know. No way! No way! He's a dupe! No way! Does the curse follow us as well? Wait. I need to see this. Where is your Alton? Is he level 50? Yeah, oh my god. Well, I guess you can empower your Alton now, if that gives you any reason to build them out. Man, that sucks! We need to keep pulling. This does not satisfy us. Oh, man. Just pull. Give me something that is not a dupe. Oh my god! Please tell me you don't have her. This is crazy. Lego after Lego is insane. Let's read. Is she any good? Attacks one enemy, places an extra hit on enemies under decreased crit rate or decreased crit damage debuff placed by this champion. So she's probably gonna bring these, right? The extra hit is always a normal hit and will ignore 50% of each target's defense. Also places a 60% increased defense buff on this champion for 2 turns. So this attack cannot crit, it's always a normal, but it also can't weak hit, which is important. Will ignore 50% of each target's defense. So where does she bring the decreased crit rate and crit damage? I need to see. On her A2, she attacks all enemies before attacking, increases the duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn. Good! Damage inflicted by this skill increases by 5% for each buff that had its duration increased. This, oh my god, oh! Demon Lord, Hydra, Chimera, and the Swords. This is a boss killer. It reads very Hydra-like. Very Hydra-like, very Chimera-like, very Clan Boss-like, very Androck-like. I think he had the exact same effect. This is on a 3-turn cooldown when you book it out, and it only takes 4 books. That's insane. On her A3, she's gonna place a 30% reflect damage buff on all allies for 2 turns. Ooh! And a 50% ally protection buff on all allies except the champion for 2 turns. Also places a 25% strengthen and a 50% increased resistance buff on this champion for 2 turns. Amazing for Hydra. Absolutely beautiful. Any big boss, you can even take her, I guess, up to, well, depending on the rotation, I guess Amius, but you'll have to deal with the healing in a different way. But this is a great tank champion. Great. Maw of Deterrence on her passive. Whenever an ally under a reflect damage buff is attacked, oh, I see, places a 30% decreased crit rate debuff and a 30% decreased crit damage debuff on the attacker for 2 turns. Irresistible. I was starting to question where the crit rate and the crit damage are coming from. This decrease was not mentioned in her skill book, but it actually comes on her passive, which is amazing. This doesn't even need any accuracy, it just lands. It's irresistible, it's beautiful, is what it is. This champion is lovely. I hope that you're pleased. If you're building a Hydra team, just please let me know if she does it for ya, if she helps you progress. Now let's see if it's a dupe. Please let this be an index. Yes, this is a new champion. We broke the curse. We broke it. We broke it immediately. Oh, thank God. Now I'm pleased. Now I can leave. Bye. I'm kidding. We've got a lot more shirts to pull. And God knows how many legendary champions more to get him. Here's your Giath. Giath. I don't know. I don't know anything. If this is Gaius, this has to be Giath. Gaiath? I have to Google this. I'm not gonna rest until I know. Giath. Okay, Giath. Sorry. Geeth, congratulations, man. Oh, this is very exciting. We have like 6 more sacred shards. This is so good. We're halfway through the stash. Already 2 legendaries on this account. It's crazy down here. Whoa! We hit a Burangiri! Burangiri, or wherever Distress falls in his name. Never sure. Very cool champ. Single hitter with the chance of placing a provoke. An AoE with the chance of placing a stun for 1 turn on all enemies on a 3-turn cooldown. And on his A3, he places a 25% strengthen on all allies for 2 turns and a shield, again for 2 turns on all allies with less than 50% HP. The shield buff is equal to 15% of the target's max HP. On a 4-turn cooldown, and then on his passive, he heals by 50% of his max HP whenever an ally or an enemy dies. At this stage of your account, I would say that he would most probably be helpful to you in some Doom Tower, Curse City, Progress, Faction Wars maybe. But here's your brand new Shadowkin. Now we're actually halfway through the stash. I'm scared as to what we're gonna pull next. Oh my god, stop it! Stop it! What's going on? What? How many legendaries are we gonna hit today? We're cooking in here. Brugard Jeroboam. Again, today we've been getting a bunch of champions that I am hearing for the first time. But my feel of Brugard Jeroboam is that he's gonna be, the very least, decent. Let's read his kit. Defense champion one more time, Ogren. I really need to see if he's a dupe after this again. Double hitter, with the chance of decreasing the cooldown of a random ally skill by a turn. If an ally had their cooldown decreased, also fills that ally's turn meter by 10%. Alright, the fact that it's random, I don't like though that much, but it's a thing. So we're gonna be thankful with the thing, right? Oh, this round's on me. Oh, cheers, man. Removes all debuffs from all allies. That is indeed a great support skill. Heals all allies by 15% of this champion's max HP. Beautiful. Also heals each ally by an extra 2% for each debuff removed from them by this skill. Very nice. I love this little feature there. An extra 2% for each debuff removed if you bring them in heavily debuff-oriented areas in the game. Like Dragon, like Nether Spider. This skill comes really in clutch. On his A3, he has a 75% chance of increasing the duration of all enemy debuffs by 1 turn. Also has a 75% chance of increasing the duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn. Fills the turn meter of all allies by 20% after this. This is amazing. On a 4-turn cooldown with a 100% chance once you book it out, just $3 to land in this skill. Overall, does it need a lot of books to be built out? That's 14 books. Am I reading this correctly? No. That is 10 books. No, 11. Sorry, I don't... Okay, never mind, more. But not over 15 books. Let's read a little bit about the Absolute Legend passive. On his passive effect, turn meter reduction effects used against him by enemies are decreased by 50%. This is amazing to hear. Screw all of your Armanzes and Thors. Also fills his champion's turn meter by 20% whenever a stun, freeze, sleep, provoke, fear, all crowd control debuffs are placed on an ally. If there are multiple champions on the team with this skill, this effect will only activate once. Well, this can be also used as a tank for the Head of Torment in Hydra if you combine him with someone like Inquisitor who's gonna cleanse the fears and true fears for an extra turn meter boost. It's beautiful. You can also use him in some Doom Tower. Oh, let's see if Brugard is a double. I'm so scared. The index is glowing. Once again, we have a new champion. Let's go! And we don't have a lot of Ogrins on this account. Matt Chatters only has Gerda. And she's a support. And here's Brugard Jeroboam. Cheers to that, man. This is unreal. This is really, really good RNG. I almost can't believe it. We're gonna summon the last 4 sacred shards, you guys. Let's see. Hit him! Okay, finally, a wool painted. I don't know if you have her. She's decent. I like her. She comes with the block active skills. a bunch of block active skills, reflect damage, full heal. This heal can be very broken. Removes all debuffs from this champion and one random debuff from all allies, then heals this champion by 100% of their max HP and heals all allies equal to 50% of the surplus. Afterwards, she's gonna place the reflect damage on all allies for 2 turns, and she's gonna get an extra turn. Not half bad, I would say. And boop, let's keep pulling. The third Sacred Shard is a Skinwalker. That is a Flesh Terror. The guy's okay in like a Demon Lord composition. And if you're gonna be booking him out, make sure to only book out the A3 if you can help it. That's the only one that really has utility when booked out. You're gonna decrease the cooldown to 4 turns. On decreases the duration of all enemy buffs by 1 turn and increases the duration of all enemy debuffs. He also has a cheeky little heal here where he increases the duration of all buffs by a turn. But for this heal, it's not worth booking out just to get it up to a 50%. Because here, instead of their max HP, you really should have read his max HP. Flesh Terrors. And he can also transfer 1 random debuff from himself to the target on a chance. Not bad, not great, is what I have to say about Flesh Terror. Let's lower the brightness in our room. Trying to stay away from the sun, my blinds are broken. Our last 2 Sacred Shards. Let's see what we can pull, Matt Chatters. Period. Okay, hello. Delia? Hey there, Delilah. What's it like in New York? Never mind. I think it's pronounced Delaja. Very cool character design. Let's see if you're one of the good lizard men, girl. Double hitter. Each hit heals this champion by 2% of their max HP. Each hit also has a 20% chance of placing a 5% poison debuff for 2 turns. On her A1 is great. A2 attacks all enemies with a good chance, 100% when you book it out, of placing a 50% decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. Restorative Froth places 15% continuous heal buff on all allies for a turn and a shield equal to 20% of this champion's max HP on all allies for 2 turns. On her passive, she has a 30% chance of counter-attacking when ally lizardmen except this champion are attacked. Faction Wars can also use her in Demon Lord Clan Boss, but I feel like she's more early to mid-game progression and not so viable for your account, man. Either way, really solid champion, one of the good Lizardmen champions out there. Last Sacred Shard, let's make it count. This is already God tier pulls. This is already insane. Okay, we hammer it down at 3. Kaidos looks like a bee. He looks like a wasp. Scratch that. That's a wasp yellow, not a bee yellow. Let's read what Kaidos can do. So Reaper attacks one enemy with a good chance, 100% chance of placing a 100% heal reduction debuff for 2 turns. Fire Knight instantly. If it was a double hitter, it would have been even better. Spikes places up 50% increased attack buff on this champion for 2 turns, then attacks 4 times at random. The attacks will be critical if the target has any buffs. Always? Crazy. 4 times at random could be very broken if you're facing him against someone like, I don't know, Fire Knight. Or Amius, actually. With the heal reduction, 100% heal reduction, he could also be used for beating Amius. Depending on the rotation, right? On his A2 attacks all enemies twice. Nice. Damage increases according to the amount of HP this champion has lost. So Berserker. This is a secret skill and only becomes available when this champion has lost 50% of their HP. So you have to drop below 50% once. Secret skill. So you mean to tell me that this is not an A3, but it only unlocks, and you can't do that AoE double slasher until you lose 50% of Kaidos' HP. His aura increases all HP in arena battles by 33%. Sure, okay, if you want to take him in arena, that is. But to me, this guy sounds very Amius / Fire Knight coded. And that concludes this short pool session, man. This was legendary. This was so good. I had so much fun. Let's see how many points we made you for the champion chase. I saw that we're placed 2nd. There you go, Matt Chatters XL. Wow, tied with the 1st place, man. No, you gotta find a way to pull one more shard outside of this pool. I'm kind of sad that I couldn't hit you a Sacred Shard with any of the clan boss rewards. Scratch that! I nearly forgot. We have one more shard from the anniversary thing, guys. I just forgot to claim it. So we have one more sacred shard. We are going to get you first spot, man. Let's see what we get. If it's a legendary, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay, it couldn't have been that good. Okay, Horfees, the Tusked. Very cute skinwalkers. I'm quite a fan of Horfees. I don't know, found the champion very endearing when I pulled her. I think it's her. Horfees. No, sorry. It's really hard to tell when it's a literal hippopotamus. Each hit has a small tiny chance of placing a stun that's a double hitter on her A1. Strong increased attack and crit rate buff on all allies for 2 turns. Great Faction Wars champion. Revives 2 random allies with 50% HP and fills their turn meters by 50%. And then places a strengthened buff on all allies, not just the revived ones, for 2 turns. That is on a 5-turn cooldown. It comes a little slow, so I've mostly used Horfees in Faction Wars. And now I don't know why I thought that they're a healer, but this heal actually comes only with the revive. But other than that, a very decent support. Well, that wasn't a legendary hit, but at the very least we managed to get you up to the first spot. I hope you stay there. I'm gonna let you claim these on your own, bask in your rewards, and bask in your brand new champions. Let me find them, and let's look at them again. Alton, who's a dupe, unfortunately, the curse remains, but I had to clear it, and once we cleared it, I got you Giant, the Truth Shield, and Brugard Jeroboam. And a bunch of cool epics, of course. We don't want to discriminate against the epics, but the goal for today was, you know, legendary champions, and ask and you shall receive, man. If you want me guys to pull your shards, you can always hit up my Discord. I'll try and arrange with you if you write to me a few days in advance, trying to sneak you in my schedule. Always make it happen for you guys. If you trust these lucky hands, that is. Many times I don't trust them myself. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you guys again in the next one. Bye!